high of 5 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. It's the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary hanging out with you guys. What's up, Rico?
There's dust on my board.
Oh, it's fine. There's dust on my laptop. We're all good. Mark's just trying to get us into a better environment.
I appreciate that.
So,
yes, I do. Mark, I appreciate everything you do for me.
We need to make sure, Rico, what are the odds that we stay on track this show?
7
out of 10.
No.
7%.
7.
I think there's a chance. I think we stay on track.
What do you put it at?
I think out of 10?
No.
Percent-wise?
Just a number. And I don't have to know what your ranking is. Just a number.
77.
Okay. That could be out of 100. That could be out of 1,000. You never know.
A million?
Just, 77.
I don't know. It's up to you guys also to help out. 402
7 is a good number.
402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Should we rank numbers?
We did a numbers bracket back during the pandemic.
I remember that very well.
What number one? I don't think we ever had a winner. I don't think we ever reached the end. 7 went pretty far, though. Of course, it was a poll, so obviously 69 went pretty far as well, because people are children.
People are children,
and I also voted for it, but still, I am a child.
You only had one vote. That was all they counted.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, because I had a burner account.
Do you have burners?
No, not a burner. I had our college football report daily.
That's right. That's
college
right.
Football report now.
That's right.
Which I don't have anymore because I don't remember the password. I think I could do a really good job with that, though.
We should create a burner account. We could just go through we could just on the final segments. That could be.
What should our burner account be?
Our burner account, setting up the Twitter as well. The burner.
I'll set it up right now.
But we have to walk through the creation of.
And we need all of you to help us. But don't make it obvious.
Walk through the creation of the account.
God, I love having a show.
College Sports Now.
College Sports Now? No. Too easy.
Send us some names. 402-464-5685.
What should we name our burner account?
What should we name the burner account? Because I don't know should it be Huskers centric? No, because then we can't get after other teams.
Yeah, we have to get after other teams. Man, College Football Report Now was such a good one. I think I still have the logo.
Report Now on college. No.
It has to be simple and concise. There has to be like an acronym to it.
CFB Now.
No, we already did that. That was College Football Report Now. It was CFP Now. So CFP Now was the handle. It was College Football Report Now. We had a logo and everything. It was great.
We should figure it out. We should figure out burner account name. Let us know. 402-464-5685. Kidoba guy says I'm smashing the under on both those numbers. Well, Scott says not black shirts.
Definitely not black shirts. That is not us.
Should we just completely go off the rails and just be like, get rid of black shirts? That'll be the first tweet we tweet.
Wow.
The first tweet.
We would be canceled.
No more.
Immediately.
No more black shirts. Let's change sports and let's make the black shirts only for the basketball players.
Here we go. No, so it's College CFB Daily, and our handle was CFB Report Now.
Okay, perfect.
I remember it. It was good. We did fastest players in college football. We had Derek Stingley at number 1. This was funny because we had Casimir Allen from UCLA. Shout out to Ryan Tabb and he actually retweeted it.
No way.
Yeah, because we tagged the football accounts. I don't know how they saw it, but he tagged it.
Somebody says Little Red. Scott wants us to say Little Red. That will be my first hot take.
No, our handle would be Little Red dies tonight.
No way. That is horrible. Rye Hutzel says, how about Chris Raff 8?
Yes.
I actually really like that
I
idea.
love how we're already off the rails.
No, this is all on board. This is all on par.
No, it's not. We were going
Chris-
to talk
Chris-
about the 20 current class.
Chris Raff 8. Come on. We should. I really want
Chris Raff 8.
But then not tell him. And when he's on the drive, we just plug it. Hey, make sure you follow our new Twitter account, Chris Raff 8.
He'd be like, wait, what?
Wait, what? He'd be like, no, it's Chris Raff 7.
No, Chris Raff 8.
No, Chris Raff 8.
What happened to Chris Raff
Chris
6?
Chris Raff.
Chris Raff. Name it What Up Sports. Shout out to the YouTube. Shout out to Steve. Matt Kamerer says, at Dion's man purse.
I mean,
That would just be
fun.
us attacking Colorado all day.
yeah, I mean, which would be easy.
The ghosts of Little Red's past.
We need something quick. We need something quick.
Yeah.
That I mean, we'll just keep bringing in the ideas. We'll create one by the end of the show.
Hold on, I'm gonna just like the most simple one. See if it's a thing. Hold on.
Because it's got to be. I mean,
Dang it. I was gonna put at Sports Today.
is it taken?
Sports Today OFC is taken, but it doesn't look like at Sports Today is taken. Oh wait, there's one.
Oh, okay. So
Damn. Oh, it's suspended. We might be able.
to get it. So time out. Okay, so are we good? Let's just create this right now.
I can do it. Here, let me do it.
Just start creating it right now. Somebody says Cocaine Bear. Somebody says Hawkeyes. This is now part of this is you guys will have to then follow it. All right, because
Don't make it obvious.
But don't make it obvious who it is. But we have to create traction. Because in a way, we have to basically become, and this it's all full circle here on the happy hour. Shout out to Empire Fence and Netting.
Can I use your phone number? Because I
Sure.
can't use mine. Mine already has like 7 accounts.
Just use this one.
I can't. That one has one.
The station number has. Oh,
I believe so.
Oh, probably the ticket.
Yeah.
No, the ticket one. Yeah,
Also,
probably.
maybe college football sports now. Let me try mine.
Just try yours because that'll be better. That'll make it easier if you're able to.
When was it born?
Um,
December 22nd.
What if we have something about like NIL sucks, but it's spelled SUX?
No, that's dumb.
Come on.
December 22nd, 1989.
Perfect. Yeah, that's when we were born.
That is how old Sports Today is.
Who was born in 89? Were you?
No. How old do you think I am?
You're 30.
I'm 29.
29. About to be 30 next year.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I was going to verify my phone number.
Okay, sweet. This is beautiful radio right now.
You're welcome, everyone.
But once again, you guys know how to get in touch with the show. 402-464-5685. This is the exact stuff that Elon Musk is trying to probably ban,
100%. Don't care.
but it's okay. I think here's the deal. Like we'll dive into the 2023 class. We gave off a lot of thoughts yesterday on the 2023 class, and frankly, after hearing Matt Rule yesterday, I like and I appreciate the ability to expand on why they're operating in the way they are. I think that's I want to make that very clear. I think it's refreshing as a Husker fan to when we ask, Matt Rule, why did he choose to retain Donovan Raiola? He gives us an answer and he gives us depth to his answer. He trained under this guy in offensive line coaching. There's 3 main philosophies, and Donovan and I are we were trained under the same philosophy and we believe in the same things. Plus, when I talk to all the offensive linemen in the room, they all stand up for him. They all want to be a part of this thing going forward. I think like when you have depth to an answer, there's value. Go ahead.
So our handle has to be Yeah Sports Today.
Yeah.
Yeah Sports Today.
Okay.
Because Sports Today was taken.
Okay.
So was Sports Tomorrow and Sports Yesterday.
What about Sports Today 000?
Why do we have to have numbers? Just
Okay.
Yeah, Sports Today.
Yeah, Sports Today.
Yeah, Sports Today.
Yeah.
That's our handle.
Okay, perfect. Give it a follow. Yeah, Sports Today. We need to have.
What do you want to see on Twitter? Sports.
We'll think about. We'll think
I
about
have to select 3. Food.
Okay, Nebraska Nolan asks CFB eventually.
CFB maybe.
I like that. All right.
Our 3 things that we're interested in: sports, food, and outdoors. That's what we're gonna see. That's what we're gonna see.
My guy on the text line says women basketball gets no love. We talked about women's basketball for 30 minutes on the drive this morning.
We did,
and we were also planning on talking about it today during our 6 hours that we'll have. We'll be
trying not to make this obvious and follow any Husker accounts. So I followed Sports Center and Bleacher Report.
It's a new one. Should we subscribe to Twitter Blue?
I mean,
it's up to $11 now.
Then definitely not. Food Network. We're interested in food.
That's right. Food, outdoors.
That's our thing.
We'll have the hottest takes on
food and sports.
On food and sports. That's all. Kidoba guy asks, what's the handle?
Yeah, Sports Today.
Yeah, YEAH.
YEAH.
Yeah, Sports Today. There's no way this gets traction.
I bet you. Look, hey, you know how many people listen to this show that might actually do this because they love us?
Well, it's
0 people.
I mean, well, no, here's the deal. When with our show specifically, Rico, this is the demographic most of the time that people are listening.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, the Twitter. Mark says follow 937 accounts.
I should. I definitely
as an Easter egg. So it's just like a hint that we are with 93.7 the ticket. Okay. I'll look it up during the break. Rico, we gotta get focused.
Yeah, sorry. I'm done. Okay. I set it up. So follow Sports Today.
Follow Kidoba guy was our first follow.
I know, we have 2 followers already.
Should we follow Kidoba guy?
No, I'm not following any people. I have to wait.
Okay, we have to wait.
No people get followed.
We're gonna have to create a graphic. We're gonna have to create a
logo, everything.
A logo.
I'm gonna see
if somebody wants to take part in the logo.
I'm gonna see if my wife wants to help. I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal: if you want to take part in the logo, create a logo, and send it in, then we can. Kidoba guy's now unfollowing.
Why?
Because you said that we're not gonna follow people back.
Not yet. I can't make it obvious. If I follow a bunch of people from Lincoln.
That's true.
Or a bunch of people from Nebraska, it's going to throw it off.
Seriously, if
I got to follow only verified accounts for now and like actual verified accounts, like all the sports accounts, sports writers, all that stuff. And then I'll mix it in. I'll mix in you guys from time to time. So I'm following 16. So I'll follow like 3 people and then I'll start following, more verified accounts. And I'll follow like 3 more people because you got to mix it up because that's how you can tell where somebody's from. Or kind of tell if somebody is like a fake account or not like a fake account, but if they're just a regular person, not anybody important running it, you just follow a bunch of their friends first. I can't do that.
Crowbait asks, what is it called again? Yeah, Sports
at Yeah Sports Today. There's no picture or anything yet.
Ryan has searched it and it does not come up.
It's there. At Yeah Sports Today. YEAH Sports Today.
We're gonna have to make sure we got all the chickens lined up.
Why are you lining up chickens?
Yeah, Sports Today.
This is very important.
I just feel like, here we go. We found it. Dang, there's 8 people listening. Hey, shout out to you guys. Thanks for
there's 8 people.
There's 8 people listening. Thanks to you guys for following along in this. I appreciate this. Let's go ahead and shoot. Let's just, you know what? Let's take a break.
This is very important.
Let's get this back on the rails.
Yes.
And let's talk sports coming back.
Okay.
Because we were not expecting to set up a burner. But once again,
so happy with myself
right Sports Today. You're gonna have to give me the login stuff during the break.
I shall.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, discuss the 2023 class, hear from Matt Rule, talk Husker Women's Hoops, and anything that you guys talk about on the text line. 402.
Baseball.
Yeah, baseball, because the signing stuff is going on. The Mets are spending a lot of money. The Cubs signed another catcher. So 402-464-5685. We'll be right back on the happy hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville, or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you can earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Bagels and Joe is happy to introduce the new Joe card. Get unlimited drip coffee from all 5 locations, including the new Seward location, for just $8.95 per month. Start your mornings off right with a breakfast sandwich and unlimited coffee from Bagels and Joe.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Look, honey, it's a falling star. Let's make a holiday wish.
No, that's a satellite.
Oh, there's another.
Nope, airplane.
So what are we supposed to wish on?
Let's enter non-winning Nebraska Lottery Holiday Wishes 2X, 10X, or 20X scratch tickets for a chance to win $1, $5, or $10,000. It's the Holiday Wishes second chance promotion.
Now the one over there has to be a falling star.
Yeah, sorry, bottle rocket fired off by the college kid next door.
Promotion ends January 4th, 2023. Top prize odds vary by game. Holiday wishes really do come true. Through January 4th, 2023, when you enter any non-winning Nebraska Lottery $1 Holiday Wishes 2X, $5 Holiday Wishes 10X, or $10 Holiday Wishes 20X scratch ticket, you have a chance to win $1,000, $5,000, or $10,000. There are 2 drawings for winners, so visit your nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer today, buy some tickets, and enter our Holiday Wishes second chance promotion. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Life's special moments deserve to be celebrated. Since 1959, Riddle's Jewelry has been family-owned, and we're honored to be part of your family's most cherished moments. Riddle's will help you make this holiday special with savings of up to 50% on our sparkling selection of diamond, gemstone, and gold jewelry. Shop our holiday sale to find the perfect gift to celebrate the amazing memories this year has made. Riddle's Jewelry, for life's special moments since 1959.
Located inside Gateway Mall.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. It can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsrats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, for people that know what we about the previous segment, we are done talking about it.
It gets no more airtime, so that it can
airtime.
remain anonymous.
Yep, remain anonymous. So shout out to those people who know what we were talking about.
It'll remain anonymous. We will talk about it once a week, just to remind everybody.
We're gonna have to be very careful. We're gonna have to be very careful.
We'll watch ourselves
about when we do it.
I've had a burner before. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Oh, nice job. People know what we're doing now.
Nobody knows the name.
Nobody does,
unless they were listening.
Unless they look at our follows also.
No, they don't know.
So, once again, 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those will continue to be open for you guys the entire way here. Mentioned yesterday how Travis Hunter spoke out and said, when I get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'll announce where I'm committing. And he ended up getting the 27,400 that he needed.
You got to it.
By last night. In literally a couple hours, he got to his amount of subscribers that he needed.
Good for him.
And he announced that he is going to Colorado. And so Travis Hunter will reunite with Deion Sanders in Colorado. But now what's kind of curious going forward is whether or not people will, or players, I should say, will start to do that when it comes to committing to places. Hey, get me to this number on Twitter and I will announce where I'm going.
Yeah,
because it's a small group of players that have the power to do that. A guy like Travis Hunter does. I mean,
just high 5 stars.
Like a Jordan Addison last year would have had the ability.
He definitely could have.
Like we're talking high profile players would have the ability to be like
Arch Manning could have done that.
Arch Manning, Quinn Ewers,
Dylan Raiola.
Bingo. Give me to this number of people,
and I'll let you know where I'm going.
Yep,
and people would do it. I'm not a fan of it. It just seems,
but from an NIL standpoint, you're playing the game.
It's genius because then you have more people that you get NIL opportunities, you get deals, you post a picture of you doing something new with whatever product.
Yep,
and it reaches a much larger audience. I mean, now when Travis Hunter makes a YouTube video, there's going to be 100,000 people that are going to be notified that he just uploaded a YouTube video.
Well, also just much
and how many people that even if they weren't interested in, even if they're not Colorado fans, because that's where he's going.
Yeah.
How many people are going to click on that just to see, what is the 5-star corner doing today in Colorado? Is he posting a video with Deion? Is he posting a workout video? How hard is he working? What other kinds of deals does he have? What is his product today that he's trying to push? How many people are going to just click on that video? And I don't know exactly how long you have to watch a video, or if you have to watch the whole video for it to count as a view, for it to count towards the monetary gains that you would get from said video. But with the amount of eyes that are already on him, I can only imagine this growing and skyrocketing.
So Jory makes a point. People can subscribe to see where he's going, then easily unsubscribe. And that was our initial thought, Rico. But I pull up his his YouTube account. And he had, like I said, just 24 hours ago when we were having this conversation, he had 72,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
He is at 115,000 subscribers right now.
Yeah, he's fine.
Like playing the game to a T, and now this creates his value. I mean, this boosted his value quite a bit. You're now playing at a place like now, although it's Colorado, when compared to Jackson State,
higher level,
more eyeballs. You're in a bigger market in being in Colorado, right?
And think about it this way: once
you're playing Power 5 football
in 2 years
for Deion Sanders.
In 2 years, if he's good enough and he goes his junior year to the NFL, if he is all that he's cracked up to be, all that he's said to be, and he is extremely good. He seems like a fantastic athlete. Once he goes to the NFL, it's only going to skyrocket because he'll continue to make videos. Well, he'll have people help him or people make videos for him.
He's already got editors.
Exactly, and he'll be fine. That's just money on top of what he'll be making in the NFL.
So I think it's interesting. I wouldn't be surprised with when players will already have a stage, right? When you have the ability, it might not be to the scale of Travis Hunter. It might not be on the scale of get me to 100,000 subscribers and we'll be good. But it could be, hey, get me to 25,000 followers on Twitter and I'll let you know where I'm going to go. And yes, you'll probably lose some followers when guys don't pick your score, when when they don't pick certain fans' schools, they'll unfollow and things like that. But also, like, I think one thing we need to realize is with social media and with follows and when all that stuff happens, people rarely, unless they're diehard and they visit Twitter a ton, they don't usually take the time of when Travis Hunter commits to Colorado instead of Oregon. Or a lot of Oregon fans are going to be like, oh, well, I remember I followed Travis Hunter 5 months ago, and now I don't really care about him. Like they won't go on.
You just forget, and then all of a sudden his name pops up on your screen, and you're like, why is Travis Hunter's stuff popping up on my screen? And then you go and you're like, oh, I'm following him. And sometimes it's not even as much as that. You just scroll right past it, or you see it and you're like,
don't worry about
maybe I'll unfollow him. But other times, a lot of times, at least even for me, like I have a ton of follows. It pops up and I'm like, oh, why am I following you? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. You might post something funny at some point. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter to me. But in terms of monetary value and the amount of followers that you have counting towards, an NIL deal that you're going to get or whatever. Some company says you need to have this many followers, this many subscribers for us to even consider, partnering with you. I mean, that's a lot. That is a ton of bargaining power that he has now that he has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Because he could, I can't even think of a brand that would even, I don't know, some company in Colorado could just be like, hey, we want you to push this product. You have 100,000 people who could view this video, plus all the people that aren't subscribed that might end up seeing your video if it's liked. If the video is liked enough, it'll get pushed to the top of other people's pages. We'll pay you this much, and then you'll get more subscribers based off that because people will see whatever product it is. If they're interested in the product, they're like, oh, well, this guy uses it and he seems like a pretty big deal, so why don't I subscribe to him, see how he uses it or see how much he likes it, and what have you.
So so here's this off of On3. Now you'll remember that On3 is yes, Aaron, you're absolutely right. Get the thing that we talked about last segment to 100,000 subscribers followers.
Do what you can.
Do it right now. Anyway, so Travis Hunter. So On3.com has that NIL, college football NIL rankings where they have, they tell you what players' value is based strictly just off of social media. So the followers and things like that. Now, this is only incorporating Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter into Travis Hunter's valuation.
I'm sure those are very large for him as well.
So he has 497,000 Instagram followers, 638,000 TikTok followers, and 40,000 Twitter followers.
What does he even post on TikTok?
So here's the crazy thing about it.
Workouts?
In the last 24 hours, Travis Hunter, just through those three platforms, has increased his On3 NIL valuation by $20,000. It is now up to $678,000 total, just through Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
That's not even YouTube.
That's not even YouTube,
And
where
that's
you
what
have
he's
100
asking
grand,
for.
where you have 115,000. So, this is the game that you will eventually play.
I don't like it.
This is the game that guys are going to eventually play.
I like NIL.
For example,
I don't like this part of it.
So Marvin Harrison Jr. is the number one wide receiver He has jumped Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison has went down $70.
Oh man,
Yeah, shoot.
that's the worst.
Jordan Addison's value is still at 1.2 mil.
What's that? A one person meal in California?
Maybe $70.
What is that? A gallon of milk?
Yeah. So Marvin Harrison has increased his valuation this season by $6,700. He is now valued at $1.5 million.
Oh my God.
Marvin Harrison as a sophomore. So when
he has another year.
So when you see Marvin Harrison Jr. in a game for Ohio State rocking an Apple Watch, you understand why.
Smart. He knew
number one,
was he the one with the Gucci?
Yes. Number one, it's brand placement. If for a company, like if Apple decided to sign Marvin Harrison Jr. to an NIL deal,
I already know what the commercial would be.
There it is.
It's him scoring a touchdown, looking at his watch, seeing his heart rate, and then it gets like a text from like his mom, just like, great touchdown, baby. And he just clicks it and he just goes, thanks, Mom, I love you. Sends a text.
Nice work, Rico. That was creative. Nice work.
Apple, hire me.
So here's what's interesting. So you have quarterbacks. And this stuff is fascinating.
Quarterbacks, man.
So do you know who the number one quarterback is?
Caleb Williams.
No.
It's not?
Bryce Young.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Bryce Young.
Mr. 5'10" himself.
Has 200. This is just Instagram and Twitter, no TikTok. 262,000 followers on Instagram.
You play at Alabama, you're not allowed to have TikTok.
68,000 followers on Twitter.
Can you imagine getting Nick Saban in a TikTok?
Be pretty valuable. It's
That
similar
thing
to John Cook.
That thing would blow up.
It's similar to John Cook, which they got in they got John Cook at Big Ten Media Days. Bryce Young's valuation, $3.5 million. He's increased it by $11,400 this season. Caleb Williams.
Now he's going to go to the NFL and get paid more.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, his valuation, 3.2 as a sophomore. He has increased his valuation this season by $37,800.
Is this before or after he won the Heisman?
After. This is current, up to date.
Okay.
This is up to date. Then in no particular, or excuse me, this is all positions.
Mm-hmm.
So Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, top two. CJ Stroud, number 3 at 2.4. Number 4, Bijan Robinson.
Well, yeah, he got a Ferrari.
Sitting at $1.7 million valuation.
Ferrari, Lamborghini. Which horse was it?
Quinn Ewers got the...
See? There's
too many cars out there.
It was one of the high-end sports
Ferrari,
cars.
I want to say.
Okay, it was one of the high-end sports cars.
Yeah.
He also got the mustard.
Yes.
Which is just
the Bijan mustard.
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, it's the mustard deal that I had. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the car deal I have.
Yeah, this is interesting. Here we go. Number 7, Shadir Sanders. Number 7
at Jackson
overall.
State. Well, now at Colorado.
Now at Colorado.
This was Jackson State because he just
has 921,000 Instagram followers, 250,000 TikTok followers, and 36,000 Twitter followers. Valued at 1.5.
His is only going to
skyrocket. Has increased $21,000 this season.
Speaking of Colorado quarterbacks and the last name Sanders, has anybody seen what the offer from Colorado looks like to a player?
No. It's Coach Prime offers.
It said offered by Coach Prime.
That's right.
And then small underneath it says Colorado Buffaloes.
That's right.
And it has a picture of Coach Prime standing there clapping, I think is what it was. And then another picture of Coach Prime smiling with the mountains in his sunglasses. Very little Colorado.
That's wild. That's crazy.
You were offered by Coach. Okay, Lambo's not a horse. It's a bull. I'm sorry I don't know sports cars that I'll never afford.
Lambo isn't a horse, Rico. It's a bull. Get it right. Come on. Rico, you really got to get your...
My bad.
I mean, you're telling us that Scott Frost is coaching in high school bowl games and...
The wrong one. I'm sorry. Today's a busy day. My brain is all over the place. I'm sorry that I didn't know what a Lambo's logo was. I haven't looked at many.
This is kind of crazy to think about. If you had to ballpark where Max Duggan's valuation was, where would it be?
Top 15?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't know, like 32nd.
35th. $640K. For Max Duggan.
640K is 35th?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'd be 35th.
You'd be worth $650K?
I would take 35.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Shiloh Sanders,
the safety,
is worth $587,000.
Bro, you ain't heard a damn thing about Shiloh Sanders.
No.
He went to South Carolina first. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I
could be wrong, honestly. Today's been one of those days.
I do know
he transferred to Jackson State, though.
I'm trying to find the first Nebraska player. It's going to be Casey Thompson. Oh, Trey Palmer, excuse me. Trey Palmer.
Really?
70th. Trey
Not
Palmer.
O'Shawn.
Not O'Shawn. 70th is Trey Palmer. Has he increased his NIL value by $210?
Mm-hmm.
He's at $420,000.
Imagine how higher it would be if he didn't have that 1 reception, 1 yard game. Because he'd have been right up there for the Biletnikoff.
That's right. You're right.
He wouldn't have won it. He would have been right up there, though.
And Trey Palmer, is the only Nebraska player in the top 100. Grayson McCall, who used to be the Coastal Carolina quarterback, $395,000. DJ Uyunglele, $396,000.
DJ was making less than Grayson?
No, he was making $1,000 more.
Okay. Sorry.
That's it.
I didn't hear that.
There are even a couple of North Carolina guys in here. Jackson Smith and Jigba, with barely playing, 447.
What did he play, like 4 games?
447,000. Charlie Jones at Purdue, 452,000.
Yes, Aaron, these are the on-3 valuations.
Yeah.
Is that on 3?
Jaden Dan. So here's what's interesting. Yep, on 3. So here's what's interesting. Jaden Daniels, the LSU quarterback, announced just a little bit ago that he's returning for another season.
Mm-hmm.
He made $487,000. And he's coming back for another season.
Well, okay, so these are the valuations.
Valuations, not what they made.
Yeah, so
this is what they're valuing.
This is what On3 values these players at, not how much they made this season.
Yes.
It's not.
This is what their value of what, based on the market, based on the program they play for, based on all those factors. This is what they are valued at, with their social media following, with their stats, with their presence.
Do you think there's a way that you'd be able to, unless the player told you, find out how much players made, or is that going to be secretive?
It's going to be undisclosed the entire time. I seriously think, I guess maybe that's a question for the listeners. 402-464-5685. Would it make it better if you knew what your guys was getting played? And that's where I will say, Matt Rule actually talked about it a little bit yesterday, is with NIL. Matt Rule, this is where maybe, although he failed as an NFL coach, right? This is where maybe he could provide some, I don't know if it'd be advice or stability or just having the presence there.
Just some assistance.
The understanding that when you're in the locker room, you don't talk about dude's money.
No.
Whether you're in the NFL or now if you're in college, you don't talk about dude's money.
You keep that stuff out of the locker room. At least that's what I would think. We
So
could ask Jay.
We could ask Jay later today.
Strick?
As well.
Yeah.
So I just think that's an interesting way to look at it, is if you are in a locker room, for example, Jackson Smith and Jigba valued at over $400,000. Even if you take that off, if he's a college student that's played in 3 games for Ohio State and making 6 figures from NIL, how does the guy that's played up or suited up for 12 games with a few receptions feel?
Yeah, how's the guy that was 4th string on the depth chart that then got thrust into a starting spot and played all of the games, maybe didn't have the same impact, but was playing every single game, and Jackson Smith and Jigba sitting on the sideline for the final 8 games, and he's still collecting more.
I think what would be interesting, though, is if you do end up revealing, or at least
that would be terrible.
Not revealing numbers, but revealing companies more publicly. I think there's a way you could limit tampering. Because you would have.
I still don't think that would be good. Depending on the company,
you're hiding money from them. You're not disclosing the amount of money that they're paying you.
But for the most part, the companies that these players are involved with these NIL deals, because they make it known themselves, because they have to
suppose so.
Ad reads or posts on whatever account. They have to have those products with them. They do a commercial. They have a billboard. They go to these events. I mean, maybe that's the part where you wouldn't see it publicly, is they go to a private event where it's like a dinner with all the higher ups at whatever company, and that player's there, and that's why they're getting paid, is so that they can meet and take pictures with these people, sign autographs, sign things for those people's children's, whatever like that. But again, that would be a private thing. If you revealed the amount of money, or even the companies that the more secretive companies that these players are getting paid from, if they don't perform up to whatever imaginary standard the fans have, that's going to be a crazy scene for whatever companies those are. That's going to be a wild social media experience for those players if they're getting paid, $10,000 from whatever company, and it's the 5th game of the season, and they have, if it's a defensive player, they have, 10 tackles and half a sack, and they're a linebacker. They're not matching up to the standards that the fans think they should. If they're getting paid however much money, it would just be crazy.
Well, that's just a basic NIL discussion. Is that's the road you're going to have to go down eventually, is when guys don't meet their value of what they're getting paid in their contract. And that's
but
where
you also have to think of not just the stats, but some of the stuff that doesn't appear on the stat sheet that those players are doing, some of the stuff, leading those other players.
Same thing as professional sports.
I know.
I mean, okay, so obviously different sport, but think about the Cubs with Anthony Rizzo. You can't put a number on it of what Anthony Rizzo meant to the franchise, what he meant to the roster, what he meant to the locker room, what he meant to the city of Chicago. But from a business standpoint, front office don't give a damn.
I know.
And so that's the approach that eventually college programs, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, I just don't see a way that they're not going to have that approach here eventually.
But that's kind of that. The thing is, that's what's supposed to be avoided, is because the university doesn't control the NIL. It's the community. The community is what controls the NIL for these players. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, because
the companies within whatever city or within whatever state that you're in are supposed to be the ones that are getting these players for their name, image, and likeness, and using those players to expand upon their business and pay those players whatever they believe that they're worth, to do commercials, to be on billboards, to show up to signing events and whatever. The businesses are supposed to do that, but it's devolved into these businesses giving money to universities to then turn around and use on these players that they deem the most important to whatever program. Because it's supposed to be the player gets here, they are involved in the community, they get their face out there. These companies see that the people that enjoy watching whatever team, whether it be football, basketball, women's basketball, volleyball, soccer, whatever, the people of the fans of those teams really enjoy this person. The company takes that person, puts them in a commercial, and the people see that commercial, and then they go to that business because they see this person's involved with that. That's what it's supposed to be, but it's devolved into, hey, here's $1 million, go get 2 5-stars.
Which it's crazy. I mean, you're starting to hear more and more coaches unsolicited and not being pressured even into answering or talking about NIL, freely discussing NIL and how it's tampering. You had the Washington State head coach, where if maybe we can get that clip before we get back here into the final segment, where he's saying, listen, I had 5 coaches reach out to my players saying, hey, if you come here, we got NIL deals waiting for you. 5 of Washington State. And that's just, once again, we've had this conversation ad nauseum. UCF and I guess perfect. Here's an example. Washington State can't compete with USC in terms of money. They could on the football field, but not in terms of money. They just can't.
Nope.
But then you have a guy like the 4-star quarterback, which we'll have to grab this clip as well.
Yeah.
4-star Ohio State signee
out of South Dakota,
Lincoln Kienholz, is saying that Washington has better NIL money than Ohio State,
which is wild.
And that's coming from a recruit.
That is not something I would have ever thought.
So, I'm not sure. I think everybody, and this is where not being on the same page and not having a universal structure is becoming an issue because you have this university operating in a different way than this another university, and that's where it's creating unfair advantages and unfair disadvantages depending on what side of the coin you land on.
Certain universities are going to be able to have stronger
Here's
NIL collectives.
If you do it the right way, you might be at an unfair disadvantage compared to the guys or the programs that are doing it the wrong way.
I mean, the University of Texas has tens of millions of dollars in an NIL collective to hand out to recruits. I'm not saying that's why they have a top 5 recruiting class.
But once again, it's also legal right now to do so.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger issue.
Texas A&M.
That's the bigger issue. And now that was the first, and it's going to be interesting to see as we go on and we evolve and seasons come and go. It's going to be interesting to stack those recruiting classes, stack the NIL funds, stack the handouts of NIL money and how it correlates with success on the field, because that was the first glaring incident of we give a plethora of NIL money to our athletes and it doesn't result in wins. And so now it's going to be one of those things where will next season, whatever program, whether it's USC, whether it's Texas, whether it's, I don't know, throw a name out there, LSU, throw a lump sum of cash to a group of NIL guy or a group of athletes and it results in a championship. Well, then it all worked out and they're going to say that there's no issues with it. But when you start to talk about where there's issues, it's when you have a Texas A&M type of season and you miss out on a bowl game, but you paid all 5 starting offensive linemen $50,000. That's where the issues arise. So we'll get those 2 clips from Lincoln Kindholtz, the Ohio State signee, talking about Washington NIL, and also it's a very quick one. It's all just like a news story from his signing day, recapping everything. He also talked about
the news
possibly. We also talked about Dylan Raiola and what it meant to him that he decommitted and how he kind of took Dylan Raiola's decommitment from Ohio State. So there's a little interesting nugget there. And then we'll also get that Washington State coach who was talking about coaches tampering, because Matt Rule, unsolicited, brought it up yesterday about NIL and tampering and things like that, and how active it is right now in the landscape of college football. So definitely an interesting road to go down on. We'll continue this conversation on the other side on the happy hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app and all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels & Joe is happy to introduce the new Joe Card. Get unlimited drip coffee from all 5 locations, including New Seward location, for just $8.95 per month. Start your mornings off right with a breakfast sandwich and unlimited coffee from Bagels & Joe.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. And if you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
Hey guys, this is Lindsay Teal from Nebraska Golf Team. Imagine golfing the best courses in the world. St. Andrews, Pebble Beach, Southern Hills, the best of the best. You can play those courses and more without ever leaving the city of Lincoln at Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle has the city's best golf simulators, 5 high-quality bays that track ball speed, launch angle, club speed, spin rate, and more to give you the most accurate gameplay. Check it out for yourself year-round. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Guys, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has changed my life. I'm healthier, I'm more fit, I have more energy, and oh yeah, I've lost a bunch of weight, almost 100 pounds. Now's the time for you to take control of your health and join the Farrell's 10-week challenge. The program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition to set you up for success. And ticket listeners, you can get in for half off. The next challenge starts on January 7th at both of their locations, 40th and Yankee Hill, and their brand new spot at 70th and Vine. Get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Join today, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
2022 flew by fast. And while you celebrate the upcoming holidays, Mullen Motors is looking ahead to 2023 and trying to open up space on their lot. Stop by Mullen Motors for their year-end sale and select from some of the best options of used vehicles in Lincoln at the best prices of the year. Don't end the year in your aging vehicle. Search Mullen Motors lot today for their year-end sale, just north of 48th and Lake.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering year-end blowout savings on in-stock 2022 compact tractors and mowers. Make quick work of chores around your acreage and save over $4,000 on select John Deere compact tractors equipped with a loader and rear blade. Or save up to $1,000 on select 2022 John Deere Z-Trax and lawn tractors. Visit your local Acres store or acres.com to get these great discounts. Acres, solutions for every field. Discounts available on in-stock units while supplies last.
John Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Red!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 15 Center Park Road.
Sartor Heyman Jewelers says, let it so white new jewelry. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it's inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Holiday savings throughout the store. 36 months interest-free financing with approved credit. Shop from December 1st to December 24th, and if it snows 3 inches or more on New Year's Eve, your purchase is free. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
It is well documented on how Winston Peter and the Black Shirts treated Scott Frost in practice when he transferred back home from Stanford.
What we do to Scott Frost? We didn't do nothing to Scott Frost.
That's well documented. You haven't read about it, Terrell?
We did it.
We
did it. You sure?
Oh,
you sure right. And it was fun. Yeah.
Don't act like you were part of that.
Yeah, I was.
Devin the Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Public schools are the cornerstones of our communities, and it's communities that ensure students have great public schools. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Learning happens at home, in school, and everywhere in between. We all have a role to play in supporting student learning in the classroom and beyond. Help us make this the best school year yet.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. It is the final show. Hands off to Strick and Nate.
Yeah, we have Strick on the stream if he wants to join.
Oh, perfect. Strick, what's up, man?
Hold on.
Possibly.
Unmute the
What
site.
There. Listen,
Strick, what's up, man?
I was watching you guys yesterday. Well, actually, it was Enrique Alvarez Clary. I was watching yesterday, and I loved what you did. So I just was watching, man. I just happened to be just sitting here, just observing the scene, checking you out.
Thank you. I did one little solo when you left.
Ah, got you.
Yeah.
You were good.
Gotcha.
No, it was
All
good.
Right.
Very good information. Very good.
So Strick, we're talking NIL.
You turn that off.
You're talking
That's
to somebody
beeper.
else.
That's a beeper. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we're talking NIL, and we're talking just basically, it's kind of crazy. Some of these, what's it called? Some of these, what some of these valuations are for guys, and I mean, Bryce Young is valued at $3.5 million, and you have Caleb Williams who upped his valuation, couple $100,000 this year because of the season that he put together and things like that. We want to play this quote here, or this clip from Lincoln Kienholz, who is the Ohio State 4-star quarterback commit. He mentions a couple interesting things in here, Rico, that we'll play it here in a second.
Yep.
From Lincoln Kienholz, and it's basically talking about NIL at Washington and Ohio State, and then also brings up Dylan Raiola a little bit. So here's this from Lincoln Kienholz.
It's really exciting. I'm glad I'm done. I mean, it was a really fun experience just for me, just to go out and meet a lot of people, but I'm glad I chose Ohio State, and I'm just glad that I'm done. So, like, the middle of October, they started talking to me, and then they came out to my game against T, and it kind of just went from there, and I just kept talking to them, and then I went on the visit in November to the Team Up North game, and I think that was a great experience. I think Washington had better NIL than Ohio State. I think I can go to Washington and get money, or I can go to Ohio State and be developed and then potentially reach my goal of going to the NFL. I talked to Coach Dennis a lot, and he said that I need to bet on myself, and I think I kind of took that to heart, and I think it shows that stars really don't matter because, I mean, I'm not really saying that this is the main reason, but then the Dylan Raiola decommitted once I committed, so I think that's huge.
So there you go. There's Lincoln Kienholz, the 4-star quarterback signee for Ohio State from South Dakota that Nebraska never offered, or never really talked to, I should say. But let's go ahead, and before we dive deeper and hear the Washington State head coach, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Now let's just go into this other clip that we were talking about. This is Washington State head coach Jake Dickert. And basically when he was talking about the transfer portal and basically, as Jay Foreman calls it, the vortex, right?
You get lost.
He was talking about how some of his guys at Washington State have been approached. Here's the head coach, Jake Dickert.
But there is immense challenges, Colton, to what this portal and this NLI provides. Okay, there's more tampering going on than you could ever imagine. Okay, we've had guys contact our players' parents. We had a coach from another school contact one of our players and offer him NIL, a coach. Okay, so there's more things going on behind the scenes that you can't even imagine. You can't even imagine the things that are happening right now to try to pry our players away from this place. Okay, and it's stunning. It's amazing. It's the new thing that, I guess comes with this portal transformation, but it's not right. And who's going to regulate it? Who's regulating this stuff?
So there you go. Jake Dickert, the head coach of Washington State, says that parents have been contacted, that coaches are contacting players directly and offering them NIL money. And that's not what this was intended for.
I mean, it's kind of like professional sports where
100%.
if somebody's under contract, if somebody's on a team, you're not supposed to contact them or talk to them about joining your team.
Yep.
So the only regulation there is you get fined if somebody finds out about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure before, even with the transfer portal, even before NIL, before the transfer portal, there were coaches and players contacting other universities, contacting other players and parents on other universities saying like, hey, if you come here, we can get you more involved. We'll take better advantage of your skill set and get you to the next level. So I don't think this is anything new. I think the issue now is that the teams that are contacting these players are just offering more money than you can provide.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's kind of interesting to see, but we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and play the out. We got about a minute left here.
Well, let me just touch it real quick.
Yeah,
just real quick. One of the things for me is I've talked about this a long time ago. One, the valuation parts of it, I can understand how that happens, and I'm okay with that. Everybody, some people kind of got on me a little bit about the limitation on people's NIL opportunities on the onset. I just feel personally that anybody coming into a school, there needs to be some similar to what they do if you're going to call it the minor leagues or some form of a leap from where you are at the amateur level to the professional ranks, or it's a training ground for the professional ranks or whatever you're going to call it, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to do that in the same way that they have a contract, what's the word for it, guys? Where
like negotiation?
Specifically what your contract number is going to be. I forgot the name. It just dropped my mind. So like if you're a first round pick at the 1 through 5.
Oh yeah, like slots. Yeah,
salary slot or something.
It's a name for it. And I just dropped. If you know what that is, right? They have it at the professional level. They don't have it in baseball, I don't think. But they definitely have it. They might, but they definitely have it in basketball and they have it in football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not do the same thing in NCAA sports?
How would you do that?
And so you limit it. You just cap it. You say you can only get this amount coming into a school. So that way it makes the playing ground equal for every team and every person. You can't get beyond this.
That would work if the universities are the ones paying the players, which, again, that's not supposed to be how it is. That's kind of how it is now, but there's a loophole around that. NIL isn't through the university. It's through the local businesses.
I understand.
You can't cap how much a local business wants to spend on somebody.
What we're talking about right now is what the coach from Washington State just said.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about how do you mitigate it, right? And I
think that would be great. And I think that's something that should be looked into, but there's no way you can because it's the local businesses and you can't cap how much they're willing to spend on a single player. Because again, it's not supposed to go, the money's not supposed to go to the university to then get handed out to the players. It's supposed to go through whatever company is running the NIL deals. They go to, or the company, or a business goes to the company goes to the player. They work out the contract details. The player sees the money from the company after they do whatever the company is asking for them. It's not supposed to go company, university recruits 5-star, gives 5-star money for doing nothing.
Absolutely. I understand that. My issue is you have a freaking toothpaste now that's squeezed from a full thing all the way out. How do you correct it? You're going to continually get these issues, those problems, those situations, that tampering, all of that stuff is going to continue to happen until you figure out a way to, and that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying it stinks because one, these young men come on the campus. Now you're having another problem that you have to address. You have the Texas A&M situation where a lot of these kids are coming on campus. They get paid for 2 months. They don't pan out to be who you expect them to be. They stop getting paid. And then all of a sudden, they're like, where my money at? There's nothing to protect them either. So there's no protection on either side of this coin. And the NCAA, what I said a long time ago before we really started digging into this NIL situation and the wild, wild west of it, I said the NCAA is a bunch of bark and no bite. And this is why it's probably going to go to super conferences, because there's no power. There's no power structure. There's no organization, and there's no way to mitigate these problems. So I'm just saying, hands off. I understand what you're saying, Rico. I'm not fighting it. I'm not.
Yeah, no, and I get you too. I get you too, because I think that would make perfect sense, but it's just not feasible.
Here's what's interesting, Strick, with a guy like Matt Rule in the position. Does he provide a little bit more of an added benefit having a guy that was in the NFL locker room just this season, right? Even where you don't talk about money, you don't talk about dudes' contracts, you don't talk about what they're getting paid.
I think so. I think it can help on multiple ways. Not only his track record, not only what he's been able to do. I think you've got a lot of things like that can help in those specific areas. So yeah, Matt comes with some value.
All right, Strick and Nate coming up next. Thanks for hanging out with Rico and I. Strick and Nate will be remote, but they will be here, and they got a good show planned for you guys. So stick around on the block. Strick and Nate coming up next. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. Don't go anywhere.
Adios.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating?